friends, let's talk today about quiet luxury. By now we've seen the aesthetics of the hotel rooms that are high-end luxury vibes, but they feel expensive, but they're not shouting at you. And that is the trend in 2026. We want it to feel high-end without screaming at us, right? But let's be real, for a lot of us, the high-end budget just isn't in budget and it doesn't allow for exactly what we want to pull off. So we're going to break that down today and help it become attainable for you. At Fun Cycled, we believe that the luxury is a design system. It's not a dollar amount, although you might think that it is. In the design world, we call it found luxury, curated luxury, and it's about being intentional. It's layering textures and knowing exactly where to save so that you can spend in the way that makes the splurge count. Today, I'm showing you some specific products that make your bedroom look high-end without breaking the bank. And if you want a sanctuary that feels curated, grounded, and way more expensive than it is, you're in the right space today. Every high-end bedroom requires, in my opinion, starting with luxurious bedding. Getting that look is a commitment to using the right types of fabrics and layers and making sure it's all set up the right way on your bed. First, the base layer. I always recommend starting with 100% linen duvet covers. I love it in white. White is just the ultimate palette cleanser. It's soft, it's crisp, it's airy, and it has a beautiful natural, like lived in look that feels effortless and sophisticated. So I say start there, a white linen duvet. And next we want to add height to the bed. So if your bed looks flat and boring, which it really often does, to achieve luxury and comfort, you want to add oversized Euro shams. So large pillows and maybe a natural beige. You could use white or ivory as well. But this creates a plush backdrop for you to build out from and make the bed feel high-end. Now for the grounding layer, it's subtle texture and we bring it in with the quilt. I love the Pottery Barn pick stitch quilt. I actually did a video about that and I'll link that below as well, along with some other options, but it does cost a bit to get that, but I love how it adds another layer of dimension and high-end feel to the bed. We also have linked below some dupes that are a little less expensive if you really can't swing it, but still want to get that same look. And to finish off the look of the bed, I love to add an accessory layer, and I like to use a chunky knit throw. I linked one that's in a dark muted blue, but you can go with different colors depending on your room. It adds sophisticated contrast and helps the room not just disappear with the cloud of beige. It adds a little bit of color and you could pick whatever color matches the other items in your room. But I love adding that texture to the bed just to kind of make it pop at the end. Okay, next let's talk about the floor because it needs to be warm. It needs to be inviting. I don't want to get out of bed and stand on a cold floor. So make sure you have a rug. One rug is fine and beautiful. Love that. But if you want a little bit more of an expensive luxury look, layer some rugs. By using two, it can be strategic in the design choice and it echoes that layering that we're also bringing into the bedding. So I love that when we're talking about a luxury bedroom. To get the quiet luxury feel in the bedroom and in the flooring area, we start with a large affordable jute rug. I love to start with a jute rug and then layer it with a Turkish style rug. We want it to be low pile. We've linked that as well, but we want it to feel vintage, distressed, and deep in tone. The layering adds what we feel like looks like history. It doesn't feel like we just went out on a weekend and bought a rug, but we add richness to the room through layering and character and textures, and it makes it feel more created that in a curated way, not just thrown together quickly in a weekend. For furniture, in 2026, the move is organic, modern. We want clean lines mixed with some movement, and sometimes trending furniture can feel scary, but when you're talking about on-trend and also a luxury feel, it tends to feel timeless. It's not something that in 5 years it's going to feel outdated. I love that about the luxury finishes that are also quiet luxury. To get this look, I've sourced a end stand that's got a fluted front and it's a driftwood finish. I love the architectural details that that brings to it, and its round edges makes it feel soft and light. Or there's also, if you have a corner in a bedroom that you can spare, I love to add a swivel chair. We found one that has a warm linen blend, and it feels really luxurious. It's creating a functional zone. Don't throw all your clothes on it though. Keep it so you can sit with a cup of coffee and enjoy it in the morning. Put a little end stand there. But I love to add that, a little restful place in the bedroom that's not bed. If there's one thing in luxury in the bedroom that often is not done right or kind of overlooked in the design, it's the lighting. Sometimes builder grade bedrooms are just canned lighting, bright lights. Maybe it has a dimmer switch, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a central ceiling fan with canned lighting. That doesn't give the professional design that you'll want to feel, or high-end look that you want to try to achieve in your bedroom. So you need to layer the lighting. It's fine to have a great center light, and I love that in the room, and have it be a focal point with top down lighting, but also add some lower lighting, some accent lighting, whether it's sconces on the wall, whether it's table lamps, whether it's a lamp by a floor lamp by your swivel chair, just something that has a more golden hour glow. So I like more of a daylight light bulb throughout the house, but if I'm gonna have it have more of a golden glow, it would be in the bedroom. And there's also bulbs that will change their warmth throughout the day that you might want to consider to have by the end of the evening be a lot warmer, a lot more relaxing, and getting you ready for this luxurious retreat that you'll finish your day off in. To achieve that look, I've sourced some products that are actually super on trend, reasonably priced, and really give that quiet luxury vibe in the bedroom. First, we have battery operated sconces. And the reason why I like this, they're in brass, they're beautiful, and you don't have to pay for an electrician to come add character in your space. It's just really easy, high end, and creates a cute little reading nook space for you. Whether it's over your end stands or, again, buy a chair for a reading nook, it's great. Or next we have mini lamps. I love these as well. They have pleated shades. They're a 2026 staple in my opinion. But they aren't so small that they get lost in the space. That can be something we see, either lamps that are way too big or lamps that are way too small. We want a good anchoring lamp that is proportionate to the end stand or the table that you're putting it on. And they add vintage charm, which is also a little magical in the bedroom. And finally, the center light, the overhead light. I love an oversized woven pendant. It's kind of like the jewelry in the room. That's how I like to describe lighting. And it has a vibe of like a paper lantern almost, which is hot for 2026, by the way. But the woven material and the brass give it more of a high-end custom luxury look. So those are some of the top that I've linked below as well. Okay, so mastering quiet luxury isn't about how much you spend. It's about the intention that you put into the layers of the design. If you love the aesthetic that we're talking about and you have a specific room that's kind of been a headache for you, let's work together. I have virtual or in-person design consults that you can book with me. The link for that is below as well, or you could head to my website, funcycle.com, to see some of the other projects that I've worked on. I'd love to help you bridge the gap between inspiration and installed, because there is a big gap between the two of those. We can look on Pinterest, we can ask AI to give us ideas, and they look beautiful, but having someone find the products and help you with implementation can be the complete game changer in the design of your space. Make sure you check through the descriptions for the full supply list from Pottery Barn, my Pottery Barn review, and hit subscribe down below as well so that you can see our helpful videos in the upcoming weeks.